Emotional immaturity in men often show up in predictable response patterns when they feel hurt, challenged, or emotionally exposed. These responses are usually defense mechanisms because that man doesn't yet have the emotional tools or the capacity to process his emotions in a healthy way. With that being said, here are 3 of the most common ways emotionally immature men respond. The first one is defensiveness and blame shifting. When confronted with an issue, an emotionally immature man oftentimes protects his ego instead of taking responsibility. Some of these most common behaviors is turning the issue back to the other person, refusing to acknowledge wrongdoing, or making excuses instead of owning their mistake. Instead of saying, I see how that hurts you, he says, you're always complaining and nothing that I ever do is good enough. Admitting fault feels like weakness or failure, so he deflects the blame in order to protect his identity. Number 2, he withdraws or emotionally shuts down. Many emotionally immature men respond to conflict by avoiding it completely. This may look like silent treatment, walking away from conversations, refusing to discuss feelings, or disappearing emotionally during hard moments. Instead of working through the issue, he shuts down and says, I'm not doing this right now. This happens because he may lack the emotional vocabulary or skills to process intense feelings. So avoidance to this type of man feels safer. Number 3, he gets angry and emotionally reactive. Some emotionally immature men default to anger when they feel vulnerable. This may look like raising their voice quickly, becoming easily irritated, turning small issues into big arguments, or using sarcasm, insults, or intimidation. Instead of expressing hurt, he reacts with frustration because he feels attacked. This happens because for most men, anger feels more acceptable than sadness, fear, or insecurity. So those emotions get expressed through aggression. Understand this, if you are or you are dealing with an emotionally immature man, please remember that emotionally immature responses usually come from unhealed wounds, poor emotional modeling growing up from their parents, or lack of emotional training, not necessarily bad intentions.